Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Renegades from the Last Gunfighter series by William W. Johnstone, narrated by George Guidall, and directed by Jenny Seelig. This book is copyrighted 2005 by William W. Johnstone. This recording is copyrighted 2005 by Recorded Books. William W. Johnstone writes, I try to create the kinds of believable characters that we can all identify with. Real people who face tough challenges. When one of my creations blasts an enemy into the middle of next week, you can be damn sure he had a good reason. And now, Renegades.
Chapter 1. Brown County, Texas, and all the violence that had taken place there were a long way behind Frank Morgan now. The man sometimes known as the Drifter had lived up to his name, riding southward toward the Rio Grande, taking his time, in no hurry to get where he was going, wherever that was. Some place where his past might not catch up to him, a haven where he could go unrecognized. But as idyllic as that sounded, Frank Morgan knew there wasn't much chance that he would ever find such a sanctuary. It was hard to blend in when you were the last of the really fast guns. Some of the others were still alive. Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Smoke Jensen were three that Frank could think of. Somehow they had managed to settle down. John Wesley Hardin was still alive, too, but he was in prison. Bill Hickok, Ben Thompson, Doc Holliday, Luke Short, they were all dead, along with most of the other shootists and pistoliers who had made names for themselves at one time or another on the frontier. It was a sad time, in a way, a dying time. But a man couldn't stop the march of progress and so-called civilization. Nor was Frank Morgan the sort of hombre to brood about it and cling to the fading shadows of what once had been. He looked to the future, not the past. Now, the future meant finding a warm, hospitable place to spend the winter. It was November, and up north the snow and the frigid winds were already roaring down out of Canada to sweep across the mountains and the plains all the way down to the Texas Panhandle. Hundreds of miles south of the Panhandle, however, here in the Rio Grande Valley of South Texas, the sky was blue, the sun was shining, and the temperature was quite pleasant. Frank even had the sleeves of his blue work shirt rolled up a couple of turns on his muscular forearms. He was a lean, well-built man of...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?